Hi there, I'm Jessie Smith from the University of Colorado Boulder, and today I'm sharing a sneak peek of our paper, which was written alongside my co-authors Lex Beattie and Henriette Cramer, who are both from Spotify Research. I'll begin by describing our motivation for this work. In recent years, academics and industry practitioners have become quite interested in increasing the fairness of machine learning technologies broadly and subdomains of machine learning, such as recommender systems. This increased interest has led many to begin incorporating the value of fairness into their recommender systems objectives and trying to measure fairness. This process of defining the value of fairness, scoping that value to meet a specific fairness context, and conducting empirical evaluations of that fairness context are what we call operationalizing fairness. Now, operationalizing fairness is a complex endeavor that requires complicated decision-making support, collaborations, and negotiations with a variety of stakeholders of the system. Previous work has also shown that practitioners face significant challenges when attempting to operationalize fairness. First, despite the availability of fairness toolkits in recent years, practitioners report these tools not always being helpful in their specific real-world contexts. In addition, despite the proliferation of fairness metrics that practitioners can choose from when conducting a fairness evaluation, there is a lack of guidance that informs practitioners which of these metrics they should choose for their context. And finally, although there is increased motivation to do fairness work in industry settings, there is a steep learning curve for practitioners when starting to operationalize fairness. As a result of all of these challenges, we were motivated to explore potential ways to improve guidance for practitioners when they're at the beginning stages of evaluating fairness in their recommender systems. Specifically, we conducted a semi-structured co-design study with 15 machine learning and ML adjacent practitioners from Spotify. We began our work by analyzing 24 published papers that introduced 43 different fairness metrics for recommendation and ranking systems. We were able to develop a mapping between fairness constraints and their associated metric categories. We used this knowledge to develop a decision tree prototype that would help guide practitioners through the process of scoping their fairness goals into empirically measurable proxies. During our 15 interviews, we presented our participants with our decision tree framework to iteratively improve upon its design based on their feedback. Some of our biggest findings in this work included we discovered that our participants struggled to make decisions between equally appropriate fairness metric operationalizations. We also learned that participants weren't sure how to decide between branches in the decision tree generally because they weren't sure what the fairness trade-offs might be. And finally, our participants questioned who they would go to if they were asked to make these decisions outside of a research context, and who should be making these kinds of decisions in the first place. Of course, if you're interested in learning more about this work, this was just a sneak peek, so we recommend you check out the full paper where you can see additional insights from our participants, as well as the decision tree prototype itself. Thanks.